Hello, friends. I want to share with you today just a short thought that I had today from a devotional, and especially as it relates to the Star Spangled Banner. So here's the question: are we free? In 1814, Francis Scott Key wrote the poem Defense of Fort McHenry. The poem was later put to the tune of John Stafford Smith's song the Anacreontic Song, modified somewhat, and retitled the Star Spangled Banner. Congress proclaimed the Star Spangled Banner the U.S. national anthem in 1931. So in 1814, Francis Scott Key wrote this, and this is the first stanza. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? 1814. 40 years later, this Bible was printed. This is an 1854 Bible that I just added to my collection recently. And I want to read a relevant passage in John, Gospel of John, chapter 8. I'm going to read verse 30 through 36. And this is regarding Jesus speaking here. And as he spoke these words, many believed in him. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then you are my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And they answered him, we are Abraham's seed, and we're never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? Jesus answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whoever commits sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abides not in the house forever, but the Son abides forever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. Now I took a little bit of liberty with the King James translation and used some yous and kind of smoothed it out just slightly into modern English. But that was printed in 1854. Obviously, that's a King James translation from 1611. 40 years after this Star Spangled Banner was written. And are we free? And I think the key there is our nation. We are struggling with some freedoms about freedom of speech. Who can post online, who can post on Twitter, who can post on social media platform that isn't approved by Amazon or Google or Twitter or et cetera, right? A lot of our freedoms are being pared away. They're being chopped away. And so if you're part of the club, you can have your freedom of speech freedoms. But if you're not, if you're part of that other club, you can't have free speech. And that's a dangerous time for America. That's a really dangerous time for America. But I think the most important thing that we have to remember here is that freedom is ultimately in Christ. Like Jesus said, if you continue in my word, you really are my disciples. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And then going back to verse 36, so if the Son sets you free, you really will be free. I think that's the most important message that I got today as I was reflecting on this. But this Bible from 1854, those words existed. Going back to 1611, they existed, and going all the way back to the time that Jesus spoke them and they wrote those out in Greek. Those words existed, is that Jesus says, if you continue in my word, you really are my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I'm praying for truth in our nation, that the truth will be present, that the truth will be known, and whatever that truth is, we'll deal with it. Let's be prepared to deal with the truth, however it comes, but let's make sure that we're prepared to deal with the truth. And most importantly, that we look to the Lord for our truth and not to some political organization or to a neighbor, to a friend, etc. Let's look to Jesus. Let's look to his word. If we abide in his word, then we will know the truth, and the truth will set us free. So God bless you, friends. I hope you have a great week and a great weekend, and just pray for our nation. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.